Hello and welcome back to the Hasbajan YouTube channel. It is Harry here, and today it is time for the continuation of the football alphabet series as we move into the players segment of the letter Y. As you know by now, this is concerning the surnames of the players as opposed to the first names, because it's more fun to do it via the surname routes because, well, there are loads of common first names and not that many common surnames, apart from Smith. But there aren't many common surnames that begin with Y, and certainly not in the footballing world. This is the one that might be perhaps most difficult to choose, not because of the plethora of options that I have, but because of the dearth of options that I had, realistically. You'll find out why as the video progresses. I think everyone in this video does merit an inclusion, but if you put them into, say, the M video, they wouldn't even get anywhere near the 25 list, or the long list if you rather. But that's the point of this series, I guess, is to profile the footballers that might have slipped under the radar somewhat. So without further ado, let's get into my list of the best players whose surnames begin with Y. Number 1, Lev Yashin. The most obvious inclusion in this entire list, Lev Yashin is widely considered to be the best goalkeeper of all time, and with very good reason too. Born in 1929 in Moscow, Yashin spent his entire career at Dynamo Moscow, although as a result of difficulties breaking into the team, he even took up ice hockey, winning the Soviet Cup in 1953. However, he retired from ice hockey in 1954 as he was starting to break into the Dynamo Moscow football first team, so he concentrated more on that front instead of the ice hockey route. He spent 16 years as Dynamo's #1 before retiring in 1970, but he was so much more than just a 20-year career at Dynamo Moscow. Yashin revolutionized the goalkeeper position perhaps more than any other goalkeeper in the entire history of the sport, before him or after him. Normally at this time, goalkeepers would simply wait to be called into action, but Yashin conducted the defensive game plan of his teams by shouting instructions frequently at his backline, as well as intercepting crosses with great proficiency and coming out to challenge strikers in the style of the sweeper keeper. This may sound perfectly normal now, but it was Yashin alongside Amadeo Carrizo, one of his contemporaries, who made it thus. He combined all of this with the standard traits of a goalkeeper, such as sharp reflexes and agility, all while sometimes wearing a cap. Nicknamed the Black Panther as he was normally dressed in full black kit, he saved 151 penalties and kept more than 270 clean sheets across his entire career. He won the Ballon d'Or in 1963, the first and today only goalkeeper to ever do so, and he was named as the goalkeeper of the century in the FIFA Team of the Century in 1998. Unfortunately, the legendary Soviet shot-stopper wasn't able to see this accolade bestowed upon him, as he had sadly passed away 8 years earlier at the age of 60. Number 2, Rachel Yankee, the first female footballer in the series, and I hope of many more left to come. Rachel Yankee is widely considered to be one of the greatest footballers of the English game in the modern era. Born in 1979 in London, she was the only girl in a boys' team when she was younger, needing to shave her head and go by the name Ray, an acronym of her full name, in order to get into the side. It clearly paid dividends as she was signed by Arsenal in 1996, making 47 appearances before moving to Fulham in 2000. She would return to Arsenal in 2005 and would stay there for the rest of her career, barring a brief stint on loan at Notts County in 2016. Her primary positions were as a winger or directly up front, and her trophy haul is quite astonishing. She won 11 FA Cups, 9 with Arsenal and 2 with Fulham, and 9 Premier League titles across her entire career. Furthermore, she was one of the first 17 female players to receive a central contract by the FA in 2009. A trailblazer for women's football in England, she surpassed Peter Shilton's overall English record of 125 caps for the national team, reaching 129 by the end of her stint in the side. To be honest with you, I couldn't leave her out this list. Number 3, Dwight Yorke. This list is, regrettably, English club centric, and Dwight Yorke spent almost his entire career, barring a brief stint in Australia with Sydney FC between 2005 and 2006, in the English game. Born in 1971 in Canaan in Trinidad and Tobago, Yorke was originally a winger starting out at Aston Villa, before switching to the striker position in 1995 with great results. Over the next 3 seasons, he scored 46 goals, establishing himself as one of the most feared strikers in the country, winning the League Cup in 1996. He attracted the interest, like with many other great strikers down the years, of Manchester United in 1998, and he transferred to the Giants in that summer, forming a formidable partnership with Andy Cole. He won the treble in his first season as well as the Premier League Golden Boot, but his best personal season came in the season after, in 1999-2000, as he scored 20 goals, before bizarrely falling out of favour at Manchester United. Despite scoring a hat-trick against Arsenal in 2000-2001, he was frozen out the side, especially with the arrival of Ruud van Nistelrooy. His career sadly petered out after that, as he moved to Blackburn in 2002, before Birmingham in 2004, the aforementioned stint in Sydney in 2005, before finishing his career with 3 years at Sunderland, which is almost like hell. He was, until Sergio Aguero overtook him in 2017, the highest scoring goal scorer in Premier League history with 123 goals, and was part of the Trinidad and Tobago squad that reached their first ever World Cup in 2006, although he, like the rest of the team, failed to score a single goal. If, of course, you discount Bren Sancho's own goal against Paraguay. Number 4. Tony Yeboah. A player who holds a special place in the hearts of Leeds United fans and Premier League goal compilations everywhere, Tony Yeboah was a fantastic striker who had an explosive turn of pace and immense strength, as well as a cannon of a right foot, as was displayed on many occasions. Born in 1966 in Kumasi in Ghana, Yeboah made his way around Ghanaian football, scoring 35 goals in 35 games for Akwaku United in 1986-87. Attracting the attention of Saarbrücken in Germany. The move which materialised was significant, as Yeboah was one of the first black players to play in the Bundesliga or Bundesliga 2. However, upon a move to Frankfurt, he was subject to despicable racist chants by some sections of his own crowd. But he silenced his critics in the most spectacular fashion, winning the Golden Boot twice, in 1993 and 1994. Scoring 38 and 49 across those 2 seasons. His form earned him a move to the Premier League and Leeds in 1995. His cannon of a right foot was, as mentioned, showcased to the fore in the Premier League, scoring 2 goals which have been replayed endlessly, but for very good reason. A volley against Liverpool and an amazing solo strike against Wimbledon. He was the first player to win back-to-back Goal of the Month awards, and the only one to do so until Gareth Bale did it in 2013, and became a Leeds cult hero. But he didn't see eye to eye with George Graham, potentially he was too defensive a coach, and left in 1997 to join Hamburg, scoring 35 goals in 105 games. He retired in 2002 after a brief stint with Al Ittihad in Qatar, and he now runs an agency and a chain of hotels in Ghana. Number 5. Ashley Young.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
The first currently active player in this entire series, Ashley Young was born in 1985 in Stevenage and made his name with Watford as they won promotion to the Premier League in 2006 via the playoffs. After half a season of impressing in the Premier League with Watford, Young transferred to Aston Villa as they broke their club record to sign the youngster. No pun intended. Where, under Martin O'Neill, he emerged as a very bright talent in the English game. Quick, skillful and agile, Young created 17 goals for his team during the 07-08 season, as well as scoring 9 himself, helping Villa establish themselves as a top 6 side. He was the first player to win 3 Player of the Month awards in a calendar year, that feat being achieved in 2008, and also picked up the PFA Young Player of the Year award for 2008-2009. I guess it was meant to be. Eventually, it looked like Young would move on to pastures new, and when Alex Ferguson's United revealed an interest, Young wasn't going to turn it down. He impressed in his first season and won the title in his next, the only one of his entire career. Under Louis van Gaal and Jose Mourinho, he reinvented himself as a wing-back or full-back, equally adept on both sides. And his form in 2017-18 saw him win plaudits for his capability in the role and a return to the England side just in time for the 2018 World Cup in Russia. Unfortunately, his form dwindled, United fans lost patience, and 6 months after being made club captain, he transferred to Inter Milan, where he still is today. Furthermore, his career will forever be tainted by a video of him accidentally swallowing some bird droppings. But that is where this video is going to be wound up for today. I really hope that you have enjoyed it. Hit the like button if you did so, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and comment down below what you think. But until next time, I'll see you then.